Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's iTalk Movies.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Popcorn Talk, I Talk Movies. I have a very special guest here with me today. I have Julian Fetter from the upcoming film, Walk Away Joe. Hi, Julian.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. Thanks for being with us today in this lovely quarantine.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. You're quarantined in California.
Yes.
But outside of LA, so you have a little more space.
Yeah. I do. It's nice, we can go for walks and stuff with not like a lot of people around.
But I was very, very jealous of that. Any fun quarantine hobbies that you've picked up along the way?
Well, I've been glass blowing. Yeah, I've been glass blowing. It actually started when I was filming the movie Walk Away Joe in New Orleans. On my off days, I would go to this little like glass blowing studio, and so I kind of picked up that. And then I'm also building skateboards, and I'm trying to build like a motorcycle, but I'll see how that goes. I'm not sure.
Whoa!
Yeah.
So you're doing glass blowing at home?
Yeah, well, it's okay. Glass blowing is kind of an exaggeration. It's called like torch work, where it's like this torch that shoots a flame, and then you have these glass rods. You can make beads and little stuff. And so I have one of the torches, and so I just kind of fool around with it.
Got it. And skateboards? Are you a skateboarder already?
No, I cannot ride skateboards. It's just fun. I get wood, and I glue different like kind of planks of wood together, cut it, sand it, and then just kind of ride them for fun. I mean, yeah, it's just some little fun thing to do to keep me entertained.
So building like from step one, not just putting wheels on.
From a plank of wood to then a board with wheels.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, you'll have to keep us updated on that. I'm very curious about the motorcycle when that starts.
Okay, so I ordered like a motor kit, and that should be coming soon. And I have an old bike, and I'm gonna take it apart. I have taken it apart, and I'm gonna sand it, prime it, put like paint on it. I'm trying to go for, you see those like really amazing like old like 1900s, 1910s, 20s like motorcycles. That are like half bike, half like they're just a bike with a motor on it practically. So I'm gonna try and build one of those. And I don't know how that's gonna go. We'll find out.
We've got faith in you. It's gonna go great for sure. So you're in California right now. I read that you were born in Tokyo and raised in Singapore. Is that right?
Yeah, I was born in Tokyo and then moved to Singapore when I was 3, and then was in Singapore for about 8 years.
Okay. Were you an actor when you were there? Were you a young actor?
Kind of. I mean, for the first few years, I didn't really do anything, and then it's a funny story. I was walking on the street one day with my mother, and I see my friend's picture on a bus. And to my 5-year-old self, I'm like, oh my God, that's the coolest thing in the world. I want my picture on a bus. So I say to my mother, can I like start modeling? And I'd previously modeled in Tokyo when I was a baby. So I started modeling, and that really that led to commercials, and then from there to short films, because there's an NYU Film School in Singapore. So I started doing that, and then I got a Billy Crystal audition, and I got pretty far in that. I met with him and read with him, and from that the casting director referred me to an agent, and that's how I kind of started acting.
Sounds good. So you moved to the States when you were 10-ish?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right on. So let's get into Walk Away Joe. Like I said before, it's coming out, I believe VOD available everywhere on May 8th, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the movie starring you, Dean Morgan, David Strathairn, big names, big guys, exciting movie. I saw it, really liked it, spoiler. So it's basically a coming of age story about your character on the hunt to find his father, and you meet up with David's character, Joe, and he's running away for some things too. How was the audition process for this one for you?
It was really cool. I mean, I got an audition, and then I got a call back, and then another call back, and then I met with the director, And then I went to his house and we went over the script and just talked about the character. And then he invited me to come to a pool hall. And basically
Mm.
the idea was he was going to film me shooting some scenes in the pool, reading the lines as sort of a like kind of final audition. And I'd never played pool before, so I
Oh,
was really pretty nervous. And so I took some lessons just to get more confident. And I went to the pool hall and it went great. A few days later, said that I got the part.
wow.
Mhm.
Amazing. Are you still pool sharking around?
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, I'm making a lot of money now from my amazing pool game. No, I'm not. I used to be better. I haven't you know I haven't played too much recently.
Got it.
But it's a great game, and I mean you don't understand like how hard it is, and surprisingly physically like demanding
Yeah.
from because you're always like holding these weird positions and whatnot. And yeah, I mean it's a really incredible sport. I mean some of the guys are just I think they're insane. They're
Watching
really
professional
uh,
pool is no joke.
yeah, yeah. I mean, this I don't even get how they can like manipulate a ball. Like some of the balls, like the shots that they do is it's crazy. They're
Love
insane.
that.
Mhm.
So your character with you treat your mother and your father very differently because you have different relationships with both of them, and from what I could tell, they heightened certain emotions from your character. How did you go about playing both sides of Dallas's emotions with that?
Um, I mean, I would say partially just, it's I don't know. I mean, partially like just drawing from my own parents, right? You
Yeah,
get
yeah, of
frustrated with
course.
them sometimes. So I would say that's one way that I went about doing that. And just trying to understand the character where he's coming from. He views his mother as someone who's driving his father away. And, you know, he he looks up to his father, beyond anyone else. And he wants to be like him. And so his mother, being mean to his father, it hurts like Dallas himself, and he's trying to protect his father. He wants him to stay, and he feels like his mother is pushing him away. And so just understanding that, helped me portray both sides.
And then when you're at the pool hall, you're also a very different cat. You're very confident, taking on the world. Why do you think your character feels the most comfortable in that setting? Or is that where you think your character thinks he's most comfortable?
I think my character grew up in pool halls. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
that's like that's kind of his home. He knows that when he goes to a pool hall, he's the best person there. So he just feels
yeah,
confident. I mean, it's where his home is.
absolutely. So your character, no spoilers, I promise. Your character on his quest to find his dad meets David Strathairn's character. How do you explain that relationship? When I was watching, it felt like kind of a power struggle where clearly someone is older than the other, but you're both kind of trying to fight for that top spot. How would you describe the relationship?
Yeah, I would say it's very to a degree, yes, about power struggle, but I also think it was really more of like a mentorship.
Yeah,
David Joe in the movie was kind of instructing Dallas and guiding Dallas on his journey, but at the same time, Dallas was also helping him on his. And so I think it was like mutually beneficial. Each person helped each other along the way. And
sure.
I think that by the end they just, they both, came to respect each other. And yeah.
Absolutely. Was there a scene that was particularly challenging for you to shoot throughout the film?
I would say, I'm trying to think.
It's okay, take time.
You know, the scene when I'm on the bed when I'm in the motel with my father, that was difficult. There was like action going on, and I had to be emotional in that scene. And just the relationship between the father and character. I think that's one difficult scene. I would say another one would be just even pool.
Yeah,
Playing pool is difficult because there's like a lot of pressure to get the shots. You don't want to have to do like 1,000 takes.
Yeah.
So I'd say, there's, a lot of pressure. And yeah, I mean, I'm not sure exactly what scene. I'd say it's probably either that one or the pool.
Okay. How long did you actually have to prep for the pool part? How much practicing did that take?
A lot.
Yeah.
So after I got the part, I spent several months just practicing, with a coach. I got a pool
Mm,
table at my house, and just doing that a lot. And then once pre-production started, and we all went to Louisiana for that,
mm.
I began training with another guy, Joey Augustin, who's an amazing pool player. And he was a pool consultant on the film, and so I
Wow.
worked with him for another month, and then just during on and off, like during filming, we would practice, before I had to do a shot or whatever. And I actually, when we had to film, I did all my own shots.
Oh, there you
Mhm.
go. Look out for
Yeah.
that, guys, because they are good. Did you have any other rehearsals leading up, or was it just the usual?
We had one rehearsal with
Okay.
David and I did. We had a rehearsal, and besides that, no, that was it. It was just a lot of preparing for pool shots. Kind of was the main bulk of rehearsing.
Right on. So, of course, again, you were on set with Dean and David. Anything that you learned from them specifically just from their very long careers that they've had?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, just being around them,
Yeah.
seeing how they act, just how they look at a scene, how they prepare to do a scene. I mean, it's incredible. And so I'd say just like their processes, that was extremely helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. So there are a couple other movies that I wanted to talk to you about too, because you have been in two movies with two of our favorite 90s, 2000s cult classic actors. One is Christopher Gorham, who you were in My Name is Poe. Is that right? A Boy
A
Named
boy
Poe.
called Poe.
A Boy
Oh yeah, a
Called
boy called
Poe.
Poe. Yeah.
And then I Hate Kids
Mhm.
with Tom Everett, who
Yeah.
Tom Everett was in, I'm blanking, but Chris Gorham was in Popular. I don't know if you've ever seen that show from the 90s, but it's a great show. And then, of course, Tom Everett from That Thing You Do. So they were acting at your age. Anything from working with those guys that you got any inspiration from, advice from, just for moving forward in the future of your career?
Um, I'd say for Chris. I
Yeah.
mean, so he's so nice. I mean, we're still friends to this day. I hang out with his
Yeah.
kids all the time.
Uh,
Yeah. I would say, because during that movie, I had to play a boy with autism, and it was, just helping me throughout that process, because that was difficult. He was really supportive. Same with Tom. I'm just trying to think of any particular advice that they gave me. Um, I mean, I can't really think of any
that's
advice, but
okay.
just being supportive, I would say, was extremely helpful throughout both movies.
Absolutely. When you shot as Poe, when you were playing the young child with autism, how old were you during that film? Because I know it came out in 2016.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Younger. Well,
Yeah,
I watched it and I thought you were incredible in it. It's a great movie. The father and
yeah,
son relationship is really great. So
yeah,
at
yeah.
a
It
young
was,
age, especially, that was great.
yeah, it was an incredible movie. Everyone on set was just amazing. Yeah, it was a really
Perfect.
special movie.
So I also saw that you're in an upcoming film called Doorman with
Yeah,
Batwoman.
yeah, yeah.
And that's been shot, right?
Yeah, we just finished filming that last summer in Romania, which was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Romania of
yeah,
all
I'd never
places.
been. Yeah, it was really cool. I'd never been to like Eastern Europe before, so that was exciting. And it was, I mean, it was so cool. The food there, I was really not expecting it, but the food there was incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
like I did the best hamburger I've ever had was by far in Romania, and I'm like, it was great. It was really cool. The places we shot were incredible.
Yeah.
Whether like there was one of the main place we kind of shot was this like sound stage. It was this big studio that was built in the 1950s.
Mm.
and like during the whole like kind of communist thing, and it was just massive, and it was crazy. And we also shot at uh, Chesky's, I think I'm saying it right, it's palace,
Okay.
who was like the dictator during the communist era, and that was crazy too. It was massive, massive. And it was, just being able to just go around and explore Romania was great. I went to, especially the countryside. I went to uh, Dracula's castle
Ooh.
and Palish Castle, which was the royal family's castle, the royal family of Romania's castle, which was stunning. It was really beautiful, and it was just, I mean, that was so much fun. And also, it was an action movie,
Yeah.
so I got to, shoot guns and blow stuff up, and
Ooh.
yeah, and it was fun.
It looks intense. So
Yeah.
we're excited to see that one. I assume there's a giant difference between shooting in Romania and shooting in Louisiana. Aside from the historical landmarks of it all, what was the biggest difference there?
Yeah, I mean, I would say like it's funny. I mean, everyone. I mean, I just, yeah, to me, they all speak incredible English. Like everyone speaks English,
Yeah.
so I would say there's really not that big of a difference. I mean,
Okay.
sometimes it's it's sometimes kind of hard to communicate because it's not like not everyone spoke perfect English, but I would say mainly there wasn't really that large of a difference between the two places. Yeah.
Aside from the hamburgers. So we will
Exactly. It's
mental
substantially better than the US. If you want good hamburgers, forget the US. Romania is the place to go.
perfect. We will mental note that and make our way there. After quarantine, number one spot
Yeah.
on the list.
Yeah,
Is there
exactly.
a dream role that you have always thought of playing? Whether it be a character that you would replace someone in, or maybe a future sequel, anything like that?
Uh, well, I always want to be in like an epic war movie. So
Okay.
so that's one. And then if I could replace someone in a movie, uh Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Any movies that you've been watching during quarantine that you want to recommend to the viewers?
Trying to think. They Shall Not Grow Old. I watched that yesterday, which was great. It's I'm not sure. It was a movie. It was really incredible. So Peter Jackson
Uh-huh.
took all this old film footage from World War II, excuse me, World War One, and he like colorized it and he added sound to it, and
Oh,
it just really brings to life, I'd say, that conflict. And it was incredible, and all it was all narrated by the guys who fought in the war. That the BBC had taken recordings in like the 1960s of these guys, and it was all narrated by them, and it was really incredible how he pieced it together. Yeah, it was insane.
wow.
Also, I mean, I rewatched Star Trek Discovery, and
Okay.
then The Mandalorian. I rewatched that again, and I'm just trying to think. I mean, I haven't really seen anything new. I mean, nothing new's kind of come out
Sure.
recently. So I'd say I watched Amadeus the night before that, which is great.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know. I Those movies are all great.
Love it.
Yeah,
That's perfect. So you're really into war films, I'm hearing. Do you
yeah.
have a favorite? Do you have a favorite aside from the newer ones?
I mean, I Lawrence of Arabia is kind of a war film, so I
Okay.
get
Yeah, that's true.
partially that. I'm trying to think about other war films. I don't know. I just think like sometimes like the epicness of war films is incredible. I mean, Saving Private Ryan's great.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I'm trying to think of other war films. I can't, but
That's okay. No,
pretty
absolutely.
much any. It's like it's cool. You have it. It's like historical, and I don't
Yeah.
know. I just really enjoy them.
Right on. So, last question for you. Any
Mhm.
advice that you could give to a young, up and coming, wants to be a movie star? Any advice that you can give?
I would say that just keep on going.
Yeah.
You do like 100,000 auditions, and you just gotta, keep going, because you will not get, most of them. You won't get most of them, but you'll get one or two. And, you just gotta keep going through that until you get those one or two.
Absolutely. That's great advice. Tell us where the viewers can find you on social media.
Sure, yeah. Twitter and Instagram, it's Julian_Fetter. And then Facebook is official Julian Fetter.
Perfect. All right, guys, make sure to check out Walk Away Joe, starring Julian Fetter, as of May 8th on VOD, available everywhere. Until then, I'm Trina Dong. This has been Popcorn Talks, iTalk Movies. Bye.
Bye.
Holding for a sec.
Steven, I don't even have a PT and outro that I can find. I don't know, when I opened it, that's the drive it opened to. Is the audio connected or no?
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
I don't know, it's just, there was two separate, there was PT and outro and PT and outro audio, so I was confused.